Mm. Hey, everybody. I guess you'll wait a second or two. Hey, everybody. It's Louis Porter Jr. out in this hot Floridian sun, baking myself, wearing my dark clothing, make it even hotter for myself, because that's a good plan to do. So, I hope everyone had a fantastic weekend. I'm not going to lie, I had a great weekend. For all you know, and some who don't know, but if you follow my thread and you're on my thing, you know that my son Lucas had an eye operation this Thursday. The operation went excellent. The pressure in the eye was reduced amazingly low, which is good. So if everything works out, bada bing, bada bing, he won't have to deal with any major operations for a while, and he'll be good. I'll be happy and no stress, and that in itself will not drive me crazy, which is important. So that was good. So, we took him on Thursday. We went back Friday to make sure everything looked great. We're going to go back tomorrow. Not tomorrow, Wednesday, and continue on. I hope we won't have to go back for a while, but you know how it works with this stuff. So far, so good. I'm in one of those kind of moods. So I think we're off to an amazing start for the week. For all you don't know, Florida is Florida hot now. It is, getting boiling out there. So if you're looking to come down to Florida, I would say not now, but come when it's spring, where it's reasonably temperatured. But it's only going to get hotter now. And you had 80% humidity, 90% humidity, plus just regular Florida stuff. You feel like you're going to go blind from the heat. That's how hot it is. You're going to go blind from the heat. And there's clouds in the sky, but it's kind of reasonable today. So the question I got to ask myself, since I just lost somebody, hey Henry, what's going on? So for everybody who went to Origins, did you have a good time? I haven't heard any crazy stories yet of anybody molesting someone or somebody getting outed for something and stuff like that, but I'm sure there's some stuff that happened. Not most people are talking about it, but I'm sure something will pop up that I'll find out later, and I'll talk about it on Wednesday. But I'm hoping everybody had a good time. I see the Origin Awards went off. What can I say? Some people I know won some stuff. Congratulations, but everybody knows how I feel about awards, so, I hate to sound like that. It's such a cocky asshole thing to do, but it's like, awards, they are what they are, My award has been, getting some money. So, also with that, so this weekend, some fun stuff happened. At least for me, this is some side stuff. So, about like a week ago, or more than a week ago, the guys at One Bookshelf asked me if I could help doing some stuff for them, because they wanted to put more stuff on sale, doing a big Pathfinder sale and some sci-fi stuff. And they're like, hey, do you mind, Louis, for us to put... Who's calling me now? Don't call... Somebody calling me in the middle of my show. How dare they? Acting like I don't do a show at this time for a reason. Leave me a message if it's important. Because really, it's not going to be somebody important, because God knows when people call you at work, people want to bother you, and not in a good way. So I did this whole bundle I've been doing for our Starfinder stuff. It's called our Infinite Space stuff we've done. Wow, two big old lizards just ran by. So that's been doing very, very well. And they said, hey, do you mind us we have a bundle for it already. If you mind us putting it up, checking about, just sales and stuff like that. And I'm like, sure, no problem. You guys use it, do whatever you do. Not a big deal for me. It's just going to mean more sales for me. Which I think more sales is always a good thing. What can I say? I like that money aspect of selling. What a crazy idea I am. You want to make money on your projects? You must be crazy. Yeah, I must be. Whatever. So I got some people writing threads in this thing saying, hey, I noticed that your thing's been up there for 3 or 4 days. Why haven't you removed it? And I'm just thinking to myself, I'm not going to answer that. It's not really important. They don't need to know. It's nothing important. Somebody else chimes in and goes, hey, the date on it has been changed to this date. Well, if Louis wanted to, he could change it back. And I just thought to myself, and it's like, really, this is interesting. People thinking they know, because they think what they know, about what's going on behind the scenes. So this kind of gave me this whole thing of, people don't really understand what goes on behind the scenes in this industry, and just in general. They have a bunch of assumptions, and usually they're wrong. And they're not just wrong, they're bad and wrong. So they'll go off and tell people, well, this is what I heard Because I know, and it's like they don't really know anything. They're just like spewing something they think is valid, and it's like, guys, not everything here is for you. Not everything there is that you need to know. Yes, here's some other facts. I don't like to tell this, but I think it's one of those kind of moments. And it kind of upset me this weekend. I don't know why it upset me so much, but it was just more the sense of like, I wish you guys would pay more attention and understand how this business works. But most people don't. But the people who do, they get it. It's like, look, a lot of stuff that happens behind the scenes here, you'll never know about. And the people that work in the industry sometimes won't tell. Me, I'll tell. I don't feel bad about telling. I know when stuff is like BS, I call BS. That's just me. If I think it's garbage, it's garbage. I think you should always do that. I think you got to be honest and be, truthful about it. And sometimes you can be wrong. And sometimes you can give your opinion. I don't have a problem with people giving their opinion and saying, hey, this is my opinion, but don't give your opinion as fact, unless you know it's actually fact. So, geez, these trees are still sticking out. Wish this guy would cut this. They're gonna get this guy. Whatever, sorry. So, I just think more people who really want to be involved in this need to be involved in this. Understand what goes on. Understand the business. Understand the other stuff to it. One of my favorite arguments I always hear from people, gaming costs too much. It costs too much. Look, is it expensive? Yeah, it's not cheap. It's definitely not cheap. But let's just be bluntly honest. Let's just keep it real. We're not selling 100,000 copies of a project. Now, most people aren't selling 10,000 copies of a project. Let's keep it real. You're just not. You want to believe you are, but you're not. You're selling maybe 2,000. Maybe if you're super doing awesome, bunch of flies, a lot of mangoes on the ground. If you're kind of awesome, you're maybe selling 2,500. Yeah, Steve, you ain't killing. Steve is so right here. The public in general has a certain view of certain things, and they believe the things from those perspectives. And when those perspectives change, then they get all shocked and surprised. It's very much like the people who go, like you'll see stuff from movies, and it drives me crazy. I never understand this. People watch a movie trailer or a bit and piece of a movie, and this is before the movies even come out. They'll decide the movie's crap before it even happened. Prime example, Solo. People are like, this movie's never going to make it. It's a garbage film. Oh. I had so many reviewers say that, and like before they'd even seen it, and some that had seen it were like, it's not as good as the... I was like, dude, shut up. Was it enjoyable? Did you spend your money and get enjoyed? Yeah, well then that's a good film to me. That's how. If I've spent my money and I enjoy the film as a film, I don't care if it's being part of the Star Wars franchise or this and that franchise. The movie's got to be good. If the movie's not good, I make that face of, that wasn't the best movie you did. It was a good movie, but it wasn't the best. There's something, that happens even with Marvel. I always say the first Iron Man movie is one of my favorites because that movie is really my favorite. Well, the origin Iron Man done, modern day, perfectly done, and the Ironmonger series smashed together to make an awesome movie, and it works very well. Iron Man 2 and Iron Man 3 are absolute pieces of garbage. They're just horribly put together. The idea, at least in 3, was kind of interesting. I like the Mandarin. I like how they set that up, and I like the spin. But everything else was just straight out garbage. Like, this is horrible. Who wrote this thing? This is ridiculously bad. And like 2 is the same thing. It's like we're gonna do Whiplash as the villain. It's like even though he's Russian, he's building an armor, and you have not one but 2 different Russian guys who built armor to face Iron Man: the Titanium Man and the Red Guardian. No, Titanium Man. Why am I saying? It's funny. I see him in Crimson Dynamo. Wow, that got me crazy. I couldn't remember Crimson Dynamo's name for anything. So you had 2 guys who'd already been doing this, who were already in the suits, well known, could have done a cool history of it. But now they decide to do Whiplash, which I'm like, Whiplash makes no sense. I mean, Whiplash is an interesting character in the Iron Man lore, but I'm like, dude, there's so many guys who are Russian that have armor you could have handled this by. And Hollywood do what they usually do. They stick their fingers in it and it's a mess. Now, the funny part, usually second movies can be better than the first if they're smart, but usually sometimes Hollywood gets involved. The flip side of that being Captain America. The first Captain America was a great piece. As a fan of Cap, it did everything it was supposed to do, presented the character right, presented the right guy playing Cap, which initially I didn't think so. I thought he was going to be the worst choice. Who would have known? He would be amazing. But they picked the right guy. They knew what they were doing. And the second movie, followed the theme of the Winter Soldier pretty well, and it was great on film. You had a lot of cool characters, you had a lot of cool stuff. That was one of my favorite one of my favorite Marvel Universe films. You know, people were like, "Oh, it's gonna be this and it's gonna be that." Dude, it's gonna be whatever it is. Just let it be first before you make some criticism. But just people like to criticize initially, because criticizing is easy. No brain power to criticize. I got an opinion, and my opinion's valid. No, not every opinion's valid. Let me tell you that one. Not every opinion's valid. Some people's opinion is garbage. Some people talk about things they don't know anything about. That's why I always take, when people say like, "Oh, you've got to respect people's opinion." No, I don't have to respect their opinion. Because your opinion can be dead wrong. Or at least to me, it can be dead wrong. I'll listen to it, I'll hear it out, and then I'll make a decision. But I'll try to at least hear it out. But if I know it's BS, I'm gonna tell you it's BS. I'm not gonna be one of those, like people say, everyone's got an opinion and you've got to respect everyone's opinion. Look, Nazis have an opinion that I don't respect, and I never will. So I don't care what they say to me. If you're a Nazi, well, you've told me everything I hear. I'll hear your statement, and I'll still think it's garbage. I'm okay with that. Sometimes it's better to just go, "Yep, I heard you. I think you're full of garbage. Please shut up." That works too sometimes. Some people don't want to do that because, I don't want to offend anyone. I don't want to cause any problems. Look, just telling the truth is always a good thing. If something's garbage and you think it's garbage, just say it's garbage. Don't try to cover it up. You can be nice about it and be like, "Look, this isn't the best look for you." If it's a friend or if it's someone you don't know and you're like, "This dude, this is some hot garbage. This is some steaming pile of hot garbage." Just tell them honestly. I think people will respect you more for it. Because, that's why, when I do this show, I don't try to pull punches. I don't try to not tell you something about that you shouldn't know about the publishing industry. I try to give you the straight fact. Because a lot of people will tell you stuff and try to be nice to you about it. Look, I can be diplomatic about it, or I can be, brutally honest. And if I'm being brutally honest to you, there's a reason I'm being brutally honest. Because if you've done something that's garbage, and you know in your heart it's kind of garbage. And let's be honest, people know when they've done their best work. You know when you've done your best work. You know when you've gone out there and rocked it. You said, "Man, I killed this. I killed it." You can do that. And then sometimes like, "Yep, I phoned that one in." 100% phone that in. Don't feel bad about it. Geez, Bugs, beat it. Sometimes you do it. Sometimes you got to phone it in. But don't act like you did something amazing when you know you phoned it in. Be honest with yourself. Don't be lying to yourself. "Oh, I did awesome work. You see how amazing it was?" Garbage. I mean, I phoned it in. But, I tell you when I phoned it in. This was not my best work. Certain days, you're going to get awesome stuff from me. Damn, mosquitoes. Other days, not so much. Jesus. Florida. This is what Florida's about. Bugs in the summertime. And it's not even really hot yet. It's still hot, but it's not like burning hot. It's not August hot yet. It's like melt your soul hot. Really, this is what I love. Bugs everywhere driving me crazy. I get this high grass, it'll be better. So yeah, it's just tough. It's just tough that people, and you got to be able to take the criticism. At this point, I think I'm much better than I was. When I was younger, of course, you're like, "Man, screw you. You don't know what you're talking about." Sometimes people are criticizing you because they're criticizing you. Sometimes people are criticizing you because they're trying to get a rise out of you. Sometimes people are criticizing you because, they found a flaw. Now, if they found a flaw, you got to take your ego out of the equation. But can you do that? Can you take your ego out of the equation for stuff? Is it possible? I've got friends I know. I call out stuff to them constantly. And they hate the way I do it. And they keep saying to me, "Why can't you be nicer about this?" I'm like, "Because I know you're a grown person, and I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and make you feel better. I will tell you the honest truth, but I'm not going to lie to you." I've got friends who that know that when they farm in something, they don't do a good job, or even worse, they've stretched beyond their capabilities. I got lots of buddies who want to do layout, and they start doing a layout on projects, and they go, "Lou, what do you think?" And I say, "This looks like crap. This looks like crap. This looks like crap." They're like, "Wait, what? Why are you telling me this is amazing?" I was like, "No, it's not, because of this reason, this reason, this reason." When it comes to layout, I'm going to be really specific what the problem is. If I see a problem, I'm going to tell you why I think it's a problem. I'm going to tell you why I think it's a problem for the long term. I'm going to tell you why you shouldn't do it that way. Some people listen, some people don't. I said, you don't have to listen to me. I could be wrong. But, I've been feeding myself doing layout for, over 2 decades. I might have a good skill on something, maybe how something should look. But you don't have to listen to me. You can do your own thing. That's the cool part. But if you do your own thing and you mess it up and it comes back, and I hear from you, why didn't you tell me? I'm going to look at you like all funny, like, what? Why didn't I tell you? I mean, why didn't you listen? There's a distinct difference. I should ask you a question about this line discussion. I'm going to tell you the same thing. Online or offline. It's horrible. See, it's easy. I'm just saying. I'm just joking with Ben. I would not say it's horrible. I got to see it first. But then I'll call it horrible. Because, that's the kind of guy I am. And then I'll tell you the truth of what I think it is. But generally, I think if you work hard at it and you do a good job, it's a huge frog. Hey there, Mr. Frog. I want you as a creative person to go out of your way and do the best work you can all the time. But, the days you farm it in, the days you don't do your best, accept it's not your best, keep it moving. It's all good. No one will get offended. Oh, let me phrase that. No one should get offended. But like I said, there are going to be days you just don't feel like it. I think the one time, like I said, I farmed it in, but not like the way you think. So when my wife was really sick, after she passed away, I was still doing Obsidian Apocalypse. And really I was trying to, maybe I could add some stuff to it. I kept thinking in my head. And then I just finally said, nope, can't do anything. Let me hand this off to somebody much more qualified than me. And Rich Redmond was kind enough to finish it up for me and did a lot of amazing work. And, I can't thank him enough for all the work he did on that book. He really did an amazing job. And you know what? My parts I farmed in. I phoned in. I had the idea and I couldn't pull it off because I wasn't in any way, shape, or form ready for that. And, it was not the best time for me creatively and, mentally. But that being said, I'm still happy enough that we did finish it. We were a little late on the book, I think. And it sounds silly, but it's like, look, yes, I know my wife died in the middle of me doing this book. But fundamentally, people paid me to do this thing. So even though my wife died, these people did pay. And things happen. Things happen. We knew my wife was going to be dying. We knew this was going to be the end. And I knew I had to get this book done. I was nice enough to tell people, look, it's going to be a little delayed. This is why it's going to be a little delayed. But I didn't want them to wait like years to get it. But I think back to myself, there are still people who have done Kickstarters that have not put out the product, and they made a lot of money on these things. The first one I think was Quantum. Quantum raised like 50 grand. And the dude just said, boop, not releasing it, not releasing anything, just going bye. And burn credibility, burned his credibility, and then try to burn some other people's credibility while doing it. And I was just like, what? So when I hear people talk about, well, life got me, so I can't finish this project, I don't have a lot of, faith isn't the right word. I don't have a lot of respect for them, because I know when I was in my worst, I still did the best to make sure that people got the thing they asked for. And you know what? I wish it would have been better, because I'm sure if things had been better in my life, it would have been a better project. And don't get me wrong, it's a pretty great project. We did a pretty great project. But still, if things were going better, I think it could have been better. Sympathy? I don't know if it's no sympathy. But, it's like, hey, I understand life's got you by the short hairs. But you made promises and you took money. See, that's the two right there. If you can't do it, that's one thing. You don't want to do it, that's another. If you're feasibly not able to perform and do this, I was not able to put this product out. Okay. That's a possibility. That's, that could happen. That could have been something that happened. Now, that being said, did you do the project? Or did you cop out because it became too tough and you realized you really promised too much and delivered not enough? See, that's something people always seem to do, which I never get. It's like, dude, under promise, over deliver. Get those numbers down. Look at those small numbers. Small numbers. My next Kickstarter I'm doing, we're asking for $3,000. We're also doing the project now. I just got, funny enough, I totally forgot to mention this. we got the artwork for the color for the artwork. I got to actually send it to them. I got it late last night when I was half awake. I got to send them an email today saying, make some changes, but boom, it's like it's pretty much, the first cover is done. He's gonna have 2 more to do. This first one's gonna be done. He's gonna get paid. Boom, and then we do the Kickstarter, aka what I call a kick finisher. We're gonna use that money to just basically recoup the money I spent on the project before. The project should be done before the book is ready to be released. I know the writing will be done, and at least 50% of the art will be done. I'm gonna still need maps. I'll need maps and maybe some interior art if I don't use some other stuff we have, and I do some stock stuff. But that's it. And we're gonna be, to come around September. This thing ends like mid-September. By October, we'll be releasing copies of this stuff. And if stuff goes really well and we get like a big boom of money, yeah, the side tricks might take longer. But if it does that, look, we'll know quickly if the side tricks are gonna make a ton of money and we need more side tricks. If we need more side tricks, we'll hire guys in the middle of them and say, look, we got this thing, we're gonna hire you, we're gonna do it, boom. And it's good for the long run. So you can have 3 or 4 guys working on a project. The main guy, Michael McCarthy, will probably be, telling, okay, this is what I've written, this is where it ties in, tying your stuff this way, and we're good to go. But once again, we're doing the stuff way before. So you just gotta work, man. I hate to say it like that over and over. You just gotta work, you just gotta hustle, you just gotta keep going. And not everybody feels that way. Some people are like, oh, I don't want to do this anymore, or oh, I made the money and I don't want to do it. Well, if you made the money, you don't want to do it, sell it to somebody else. Find somebody else who can maybe help you out, or just release it for free. Don't just like light it on fire and leave it there and just say, oh, too bad, and walk away. Because after you do something like that, my personal feeling is you shot up your credibility. You've shot up your credibility in all kinds of ways. You're never coming back from that. You're never going to get the respect that you had before from that. You shot people who shot to death, and you lied to people. If you'd at least done something, people would be like, oh, you know what? It wasn't the best work, but he had these problems, but at least he still put it out. A lot of people can't even say that. Dude, what kind of setup you got to be if you can't say back, hey, I put the stuff out. It may not have been my best work, but at least I put it out. And some people don't even feel bad about it. They don't want to talk to the people that gave them all that money. They're like, oh, I'm not going to comment. How are you not going to comment? How are you not going to speak? Because if the reverse had happened, they'd be the ones flipping out. You just gotta understand what this is all about. Your reputation, what people believe about you, by the hard work you do. Whew. I'm on the road to my job. They put some tar down. If you did not know, I can't stand the smell of tar. So, talk about a way of getting sick. So, here we are. So, what does that mean for all you people who are like, well, what does this all mean for me, Lewis? That means you've got to work harder and be a better person and be as transparent as possible. Hell, I'm doing a show called Transparency Agenda. I think it's pretty transparent on what I do and what I say. And even still, when I do all that, people still think I'm obfuscating for stuff. And it's like, dude, anything you want to know, I'll tell you. But don't be impressed or surprised by stuff, because it is what it is. This is what it is. Nothing better, nothing worse. It is what it is. Just work hard at it, keep your hustle going, and just be forward about your stuff. Oh, yeah, today was a long walk. Oh, it's been a while since I had to do a hot walk. I guess it was the start of the summer. Get myself into shape. I'll feel better after I get inside and drink some water. Get myself thirsty because I'm so hot out here. But as always, thank you for stopping by. I didn't expect today to be a soapbox rant. That wasn't the plan, but let's be honest. They're all soapbox rants for me. So you need to step your game up. You need to work harder. And you need to do more stuff. And tell people what's going on so they don't assume dumb things. Because my God, they will assume some really stupid things and talk about it like it's fact. Let's not even get into that. All right, I'm out of here. You all have a lovely day. If you're inside, enjoy the coolness, because I'm going back inside to enjoy the coolness. Because it is hot out here. I will talk to you all later.